Yo, what is going on, everybody? It is D-Man coming back at it again with another YouTube video, and today we're going to have our Player of the Week pick, and from the thumbnail you already know my pick is going to be Josh Allen. Now, one reason I did pick Josh Allen is because we haven't had a quarterback in a while. Last week we had Bobby Wagner. A couple weeks ago we had Tyler Lockett. Then we had Derrick Henry the week before that. So, you know, he had a running back, wide receiver, defensive player. So, I mean, I feel like we need a quarterback. Unless they go with a defensive player. But I'm not going to go ahead and look into the defensive player stats. I mean, we can look at defensive leaders. 13 tackles for Fred Warner. I just, you know, it's tough to find defensive players to pick the hero for because, you know, it's just difficult. It's just difficult. So, but we're gonna go over why I think Josh Allen will get this card. He did have 3 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. He also had a rushing touchdown as well. So he had 4 total touchdowns and a total of 422 yards. I think he had 15 yards. So that'd be 430 yards total. But 415 passing yards. He's 31 for 38. And quarterback rating is 138.5. So. And then, you know, coming in a close second would be Patrick Mahomes. He was 30 for 45 today. He had 4 touchdowns through the air, and quarterback rating was 121.7. The reason I give Josh Allen the edge here is just because of the yardages and the QBR. Quarterback rating, Josh Allen has him there. He's got the equal amount of touchdowns total. More yards. Really, that's pretty much all you need. And obviously here, as we move down to running backs, we have not even running backs, but you see Kyler Murray here is second and leading the league in rushing this week. It's pretty crazy. It could easily go to Kyler Murray. But I just think it's Josh Allen. It's tough because Kyler Murray and Josh Allen both have those 89 overall team standouts. But I don't think that's going to matter because I just think they're going to give it to the best player. Obviously, you know, Richie James here as well. It came in a losing effort, but still, we saw a few weeks ago we saw Tyler Lockett get this card, and they lost against Arizona. So obviously they could give it to a player that had lost, and Richie James here is a good, you know, you could argue for Richie James as well. 9 catches, 184 yards, and a touchdown, which is very, very nice. And then Devontae Adams is playing unbelievably. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets another +1 overall boost to his power up. He won't be the hero because he already has, you know, a high powered up card. Kelsey just got that most feared card. DJ Chark just got the team builder card, I believe, the 88 overall, and Jerry Jeudy already has the 84 overall team builder. And I don't think they'll give it to Jeudy, even though because he lost and he only had, you know, 7 catches. Still a great game, but I mean, I don't think it beats Josh Allen. Coming back up to the rushing leaders, Dalvin Cook here had a fantastic game. 22 carries, 260 yards, and 2 touchdowns. The reason he won't get the card is because he already has the LTD card, and he has had a couple of +1 overall boost, I'm pretty sure, to his power up already, and I don't doubt it if they give him another +1 overall boost with 260 yards on the ground. That's just insane. He's playing out of his mind. Probably the best running back in the league. You guys know that I am a Titans fan. Derrick Henry, big fan of his, but this Dalvin Cook is playing ridiculously out of his mind. But in another name that is not seen on here is Christian McCaffrey. He had 37 points in fantasy. He had 69 yards rushing with 1 touchdown, but a big factor in the receiving yards here with 82 yards on 10 catches with another touchdown. So he had 2 total touchdowns with a total of around, what's that, 70 plus 80 is 150 plus or minus +3. So you have about 153 total yards there. He's another good, you could argue for Christian McCaffrey as well, but in the end, I think Josh Allen coming out playing against the Seattle Seahawks as well, a pretty good defense, puts up 44 on them, 415 yards. I mean, Not much else to say. James Robinson had a good game as well. Had a touchdown, but it was in a loss. I mean, it's tough. You could give it to a lot of guys. Richie James, I said him earlier. I think it's going to be Josh Allen unless we have Drew Brees tonight, who plays insane. He's due for an upgrade. I believe he only has an 85 overall. But we have him, and then tomorrow night we have New England and the New York Jets. So I don't think that's going to be, we're not going to see any, big-time players from those games. So my final answer is going to be Josh Allen. Obviously, that is subject to change if, someone has a crazy night in these next two games. But yeah, Josh Allen for me is going to be the player of the week. I think he's going to get that card. And also, in the Team of the Week promo this week, we're going to see a +1 boost in overall. So our, throwback, flashback type players are going to be now 92 overall. The LTD is going to be 93 overall. And the player of the week is going to be 92 overall as well. So excited to see who that is. And we have a few Titans that could get some, some Team of the Week cards I could talk about. We have Jeffrey Simmons, who played pretty well. Harold Landry played pretty well. I would love to see him get maybe like an 86 or actually we're going to be getting 89 overall now with that overall boost. So maybe he gets like an 87 or 89 defensive card because he had a sack. He had about, 4 tackles today. Not a bad game. Definitely would like to see an upgrade to him. Another guy, Desmond King, who had a touchdown today, but he is in the running for LTD card. He had a pick 6 a couple years ago, and I'm gonna save this for the next video. I'm probably gonna record this right after, and this is gonna go out tomorrow, probably around 12. And it's gonna be the predictions for the throwback players, the LTD, and then my final selection for the player of the week, which is probably going to stay with Josh Allen there. But yeah, with that being said, guys, that's going to do it for the video. Tighten up, guys. We had a big win today. Pretty big win, statement win against the Bears. Looked pretty good. Our defense looked really good without Clowney, without Vic Beasley, still without Adore Jackson. But we look really, really good. Obviously, we did release Vic Beasley and Jonathan Joseph, but Desmond King looked really well. He had a couple of targets at him. And some completions towards him, but that's all right. He's still fitting into the scheme of things, and obviously he's only had like 1 or 2 days of practice, so it's understandable that he had a couple of targets today at him and they were completed, but that's all good because he did have a touchdown today. Jeffrey Simmons, another card that could get an upgrade as well. He had a forced fumble, I believe, half a sack. I think he had around 3 tackles. And then he almost had that pick, which was going to seal it for me. I was going to say he could have been, the 89 overall if he could have held onto that ball for the interception. That would have been pretty cool. But Titans, big-time win, like I was saying. Derrick Henry had around, 68 yards. Not the best game for him, but we got the job done. We got the win. Moving on, short week. Going into Thursday night against Indianapolis. Let me know how y'all feel about that game coming up. I'm a little nervous, to be honest, guys. Indianapolis is a very good team. They played well against Baltimore. I didn't see much of the game, but the clips I saw from the game, they played pretty well. They did lose, so we're a game ahead right now. So that game's gonna be big Thursday night. If we can go ahead and win that game, we'll be 1-0 against Indianapolis and have a 2-game lead on them in the division, so that would be huge. But yeah, guys, that is going to do it for the video. Till next time, I'll see y'all.